Yo guys, what is up? It is Sunnyville here, and today I'm coming out with the ultimate low-level Granite Maul peer guide. So this guide is going to show you basically how to get your account to its fullest potential, the fastest and the best way. So first off, let's get into the build types. For the build types, you have the 1 prayer build, 13 prayer build, 31 prayer guild, and 43 prayer build. The 1 prayer build advantages are you have the best combat bracket, so you have the lowest level with the maximum strength and maximum range that you could possibly get, and you save money on prayer pots. So the disadvantages of this though are you have the highest risk, so you risk your Granite Maul, which is an extra 30k. That's fine though. Slowest training XP per hour. This is the same with 13 prayer and 31 prayer, and no prayer quests, so you do not have the Ava's accumulator. For the 13 prayer build, the advantages are you only gain 1 to 2 levels, while you still have a relatively low combat bracket, so that 13 prayer levels is going to only level you up 1 to 2 depending on your starting stats when you do the quest. That's why you should always do the animal magnetism quest to get your prayer, so you get the Ava's accumulator. And like I just mentioned, the prayer must be quested through animal magnetism. If you bury the bones, it's basically a waste of the 13 prayer. The disadvantages are you have a raised combat bracket. Even though it's minimal, it still matters because those 2 lower levels they have a low chance of fighting you, but they still fight you sometimes, and those 2 levels help you out a lot. You have no change in XP rates per hour, and no further prayer quests can be unlocked. So next we have the 31 prayer build and the 43 prayer build. So the 31 prayer build advantages are you have the highest strength prayer, so this can be maximized, and it is efficient during PKing. You have the Ava's accumulator along with 13 prayer. You have the protect item prayer, so this allows you to protect your Granite Maul or anything you want to protect basically, and you have the fastest training per hour if you want to use prayer potions. The disadvantages are you have a much higher raised combat bracket and level, so this is relatively bad for you. It's still slow XP per hour if you're not using prayer potions, and it's still hard to do prayer needed quest, so you're not maximizing the benefits of prayer basically. You're either the 13 prayer build is basically the best prayer build beside the 43 prayer build, which isn't very good at either, but hey, and the money for prayer potions is quite expensive. The 43 prayer build, the advantages are it's fastest melee training because you can train at bandits in order to train at rock crabs. The Ava's accumulator, which is unlocked with prayer. All needed prayer quests unlocked, and you're fully quested. Basically, you're fully quested Granite Maul pure. It's easily, not for us but the sin, but it's easily you can transfer your account into a dragon like DDS and D-Skim pure, along with basically any build you want. The disadvantages would be that the raised level bracket is very massive, and because you're 3 to 5 levels above your bracket, which you should be, plus the money for prayer potions, I don't recommend any of these prayer builds except for the 1 and 31 prayer build and the 13 prayer build. The 43 prayer build, I wouldn't recommend it. So next we have Recipe for Disaster. So what I'm talking about Recipe for Disaster is basically get the mithril gloves. So here I have everything you need to know about a Recipe for Disaster. Some helpful tips though are when you do the Shadow of the Storm quest, always choose the range reward, because this gives you an extra 10k boost in range, and you don't want those HP levels at first when you are starting your build. Next, get this mithril gloves at the lowest level possible, so you don't have to do it later, because when you're at right when you are at your PK point, you don't want to get mithril gloves, and so doing it the earlier is the best time to get it. Buy all your items needed, which I gave to you, at the same time, so it's just in your bank at once, and get all the levels needed at the beginning of your account, so you have the how would you say it, push and drive to get it. So next we're going to be looking at other helpful quests depending on your build type. So some of these quests are needed while others are only for prayer based accounts. Do not do unless you have looked up the rewards and see it fit for your account style to train it. So as I'm saying here, some of the strength, range, and attack quests might give prayer. So these quests, depending on your account type, would be amazing to benefit for your account, such as Mountain Daughter. It gives you the highest and best helm for your level as a pure, but it does give you 1k prayer experience, but you can still get the Bear Mask without completing the quest. And same with Horror for the Deep. you get the god books. So I'm just building this here as do these quests if you want to be a fully maxed pure, but then again, it doesn't really benefit if you do any of these counts at all. Yeah. So next, is spending the 5 to 10 hours questing really worth it for myth gloves? In my opinion it is, and but some people it's 30k and you're saving about good 7 hours, 8 hours. So the advantages to myth gloves are there's no risk, it's easily obtainable, and allows you to risk a glory with a C brace risk. So it allows you to risk a glory without having to risk it. Kind of misworded that there, but hey. Some disadvantages are it takes 5 to 10 hours of questing to complete this, but it's worth it in the end. Also, you lose the +1 range and +1 crush bonus that the combat bracelet offers. So some of the advantages to the combat bracelet are it has better attack style stats, and it has +1 basically in everything except for magic, and there's no requirements at all, so you can use this at level 1 and everything and still have the exact same bonuses. And there is still a teleportation to Edgeville, the PKing spot, with the monastery, so you could technically do this with strength enemy and still have the exact same risk. Disadvantages are it is an extra 30k risk, less defensive bonuses, and it's a 60k risk if you wear a glory. Some helpful tips that I just thought I'd share with you are always use the magic short bow eye, the imbued one. It's only an extra 40k, 30k, I forget what it is, I'm pretty sure it's 30k, when you're using a tier 4 or 5 plus, because that tier 5, it does really help you. Contrary to what people tell you, it is in fact better, it is in fact, you can chin. It is the best XP in the game without prayer. I'll put a link in the description of this guide for you to just click that and learn how to do it. It's pretty easy. I haven't done it yet because it's quite expensive with chins being how high they are, but hey, whatever you want to do, you can do. Only picking on the client's rune loader. This is what I personally use, or Buddy, because you can always see your opponent's HP, and so when you see that big spec, the big XP drop with the magic short bow, and they're relatively on about 40 or 30 HP, you know to spec, and it's 99% chance you're going to kill them unless you hit 0-0, so you're basically always killing them. And don't use super combat potions. They're 20k each when you can just use a super attack and super strength, which is about, 7-8k combined. And the super defense, if you want to use it, it's pretty useless, but if you want that extra +5 defense bonus, which does nothing, it's just an extra 1k, so it's basically the biggest waste of money for saving 2 spaces, which you don't need at all. Always bring 2 recoils in case one shatters, and always shatter your recoils when they're about 20, because you'll forget it mid-fight, so just always do that unless you're a forgetful person. Never let your account become range or magic based, so never let the attack styles, so if you have 10 strength and 10 attack, and you have 30 range, you're range based, and basically your account is screwed. So yeah, always PK with an Emblem tier, because this is basically your main source of profit. You do get 50 to 60k loots on average if the person has a combat bracelet or a glory plus Granite Maul, since nobody really has a 31 plus build at my level bracket. So always PK with Emblem tier, because it really helps out with the money situation. So guys, that is basically it, and if you guys did want to know, I probably was a little bit biased with these facts, but I did everything personally that I could. I was biased with not presenting them on the slideshow, just with saying it with my voice. The 1 prayer build is personally my favorite, followed by the 13 prayer due to having the lowest bracket for your level, and that's basically as simple as that. Some things I did not talk about are the where you should train. It's pretty simple, and if you're going for this build, you should basically know this, but you should train from 1 to 31 prayer. If you have that prayer bracket, then you should train at raw crabs. If you have 43 prayer, train at bandits or nightmare zone. It's quite simple, it's not that difficult, but yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this. Please drop a like. It did take me quite a while to do this, so if I didn't cover something, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for weekly, daily, and yeah, basically weekly and daily PKing episodes on a Granite Maul pure, and anything else that I must do. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Hit the 10-minute mark, and bye.